everyone. Welcome back to 31 Days of Yoga for Mental Health. It is day 14 and we have reached the end of our second week journey through the chakras. So today we are working with the crown chakra. This chakra is known as the seat of enlightenment. It is associated with understanding and wisdom and consciousness. This chakra is definitely a bit more abstract in the abstract realm as opposed to the more visceral lower chakras, but there's a lot of fun stuff to play with here too. All you'll need today is yourself and a space to move, and when you're ready, let's begin. We'll begin seated right here. Find a comfortable seat, ground your palms down, and close your eyes softly. Really feel your sitting bones rooting into your mat and lift up from the crown of your head. The crown chakra is located just above the top of the head, like it's floating, hovering above you outside the realm of the physical body. So send your awareness there and lift from even higher than where the top of your head ends. Grow the spine really long and let your shoulders soften and fall down away from your ears. Inhale to breathe along the midline of your body, that channel of energy that runs through the whole middle of your torso. Breathe from the root all the way into the low belly, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and all the way up over the crown of your head. And then exhale back down that same channel. Feel it wash back over you. Again, inhale, breathe from bottom to middle to the top, and exhale, release. And continue breathing with that visual, but now bringing in Ujjayi breath, sealing your lips and exhaling through the nose at the top of the breath. See if you can find an evenness between the inhales and the exhales. So if there's any catching in the breath or any roughness or raggedness, see if you can smooth it away so that the inhalation and the exhalation last for an equal length of time. Maybe a count of 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever feels good for you. As you even the breath, just stay with that image of breathing from root to crown on the inhale, and then exhaling from crown all the way back down to your root. Begin to slowly blink your eyes open and make your way to tabletop. Coming to hands and knees. Tuck your toes behind you and pick up your knees away from your mat to hover just about an inch or 2 away from your mat. Really press down solidly through all 10 fingertips, and we'll take cat-cows with the knees elevated. Inhale, lower your belly, lift your gaze, elongate and grow through the heart all the way up to the crown. Exhale, round and curl. Draw your low belly in and up and press away to dome through your shoulders. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Energetically press down through the palms all the time. Inhale, lift your tailbone and your heart. Exhale, round and curl. One more round. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, curl. And then come back to a neutral spine and wave all the way back to downward facing dog, pressing down through the palms to lift your hips up and back. Grow long from crown of head to tailbone, and also lengthen the side bodies. So the spine and both sides of the body lengthen evenly and equally. Send a little more press, a little more emphasis down into the right palm. Maybe step your feet out a little bit wider. And this is personal. This is up to you how much you want to do that. And see if you can take your left palm up and away from the mat and all the way out to the outside of the right ankle. And see if you can grab and hook there for a little revolved downward facing dog. Really keep a firm press down and forward through the right palm, the right hand, And keep a micro bend in the right elbow too to protect the joint. And breathe deeply here. Get a nice, gentle, easy twist. And then release the left palm down to your mat. Cross the midline of the body with the right arm and grab for the outside of the left ankle. Stay firmly rooted into the left palm. Send your left shoulder externally away from the midline of your body and just gently twist. See if you can still send your tailbone up and back and spread your sit bones wide behind you, even just with one palm planted. Good, and release right arm all the way down to your mat. Step your left toes a little more to the midline and inhale to reach your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, except step your right foot all the way through to the outside of both of your palms. Ground down through the knife edge of your left foot, spiraling down to the heel and the outer edge like warrior two legs. And then really tent up tall through right fingertips and lift your left fingertips up high. Anchor down through the knife edge of the left foot and really see if you can just grow through both sides of your body and especially the left side. Maybe take your left fingertips all the way out in front of the crown of your head. Imagine energy pulling out of your head and up into the fingertips from that crown chakra space. Good. And now press into your feet, into your legs, energize down, hug your inner thighs together and rise all the way up to warrior two. And then exhale, just melt the hips down, melt the tailbone down. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep the bend in the front leg and reach right fingertips all the way up and back. Again, connecting from crown chakra up through right fingertips, almost like there's a string attached to the top of your head. Inhale. Exhale, rise to stand and turn all of your toes to face the long edge of your mat. Puff up through the heart. Inhale. Exhale, dive it down, wide-legged forward fold. Stay here, or option to cross your arms to grab for opposite ankles. Bring your right arm in front of your left this time, and then pull a little more onto the right palm to see if you can reach your head all the way under the right elbow for a nice revolved, wide-legged forward fold. If this doesn't feel comfy and super good, always release. Breathe deeply into the right side body and create more space. And let the back of your neck be really long. Feel the crown of your head fall down toward the mat. I say a lot to imagine that there's a weighted crown on top of your head in a fold. And you can do that here, or imagine the 1,000-petaled lotus, which is the crown chakra, above your head, pulling you downward. Unwind if you took the little twist. And crawl all the way to the top of your mat, bending into the right knee. Ground your palms down. Lift up tall onto left toes, press into palms, and glide your right foot all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift up your left leg. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot to the outside of both of your palms. Maybe this means you want to step your left palm in just a little bit more. Come down to warrior two legs, so the knife edge of the right foot and the right heel lower. Squeeze your inner thighs together to tent up onto left fingertips, and then spiral your torso open to reach right fingertips up tall. And even though left fingertips are connected, avoid sinking down into the left side of your body. Stay lifted and active. Charge down through both of your legs, even as the inner thighs hug together, and then wave, reach your right fingertips all the way forward ahead of you. See if you can relax right shoulder down away from right ear and grow long from the knife edge of your right foot all the way through right fingertips. And then inhale to rise. Squeeze your inner thighs together to lift you up. Warrior two. Exhale, sink a little more into the posture. Inhale, reverse warrior. Send your right arm down and left fingertips travel up and back, pulling from crown of the head all the way up and over. Imagine growing longer from your left hip all the way through left fingertips. Good. And then rise all the way back up to stand using your core. Turn all 10 toes to face the long edge of your mat. Grow the heart and bow it forward, wide-legged forward fold. If you take the cross of the arms, this time the left arm will come in front and grab for opposite ankles. And then pull a little more. Press into the left hand to take your head through under the left elbow. Really grow through the left side body if you're in the twist. Keep a little micro bend in the knees. And let yourself decompress into this fold. Unwind if you took the twist, and then walk, crawl your fingertips back to the front of your mat, bend into the left knee, low lunge, plant the palms, pick up the hips, press into the palms, and maybe glide your left foot all the way back, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, step to the outside of both of your hands. Come down to left heel, knife edge of left foot. Come up onto right fingertips as the left fingertips lift and the heart opens. And from here, see if maybe you can challenge your balance. Pull your inner thighs together and just float right fingertips up and away from the mat to hover for extended side angle. And maybe reach left arm all the way forward. And maybe the right arm reaches forward too. Good, and then inhale, rise all the way up. Warrior two. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale to reverse warrior. Right fingertips grow all the way high up and back. Good, and then rise up to stand. Point all of your toes to face the long edge and bow it forward just for one breath. Exhale. Crawl to the top of your mat, bend into the right knee. Come up onto ball of left foot, press into palms, and glide back downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg up high. Exhale, low lunge, left foot to the outside of both palms, spiral, roll onto the right foot, and then come up onto left fingertips as right fingertips reach up overhead. Stay with this, or maybe challenge the balance and float left fingertips up and away. Maybe reach right arm up overhead, and maybe the left one comes out to parallel with it. And then rise, everything lifts. Warrior two, sink a little more. Inhale, reverse warrior, reach left fingertips all the way back. Inhale, rise up. Turn toes to face the front and bow it down. Exhale, fold. Crawl your way back to the top of your mat, bending into the left knee, and then send your hips up and back, coming up high onto the ball of the right foot. Press into palms and float left foot all the way up and back, downward facing dog. We'll flow one more time. See as you flow if you can use these shapes as a container for an experience, and that's all. So allow the wisdom of your mind and your body and your spirit to cohesively connect in these shapes. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, right leg to the outside of both hands. Come down onto your left foot, maybe right away up to extended side angle. Reach left fingertips forward, right fingertips maybe also, and then rise to stand, pulling inner thighs together. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, dive it down to forward fold. Turn all of your toes to face the long edge. Crawl back to the top of your mat, bending into the right leg. And then lift the hips up and back. Press into palms and glide. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step out, low lunge. Inhale, extended side angle. Reach right fingertips up high. Maybe float left fingertips up and away, and then reach right fingertips forward, and maybe the left fingertips too. Long side bodies. Inhale, rise and reverse the warrior. Keeping the legs grounded and solid and rooted all the time. And then inhale, rise up to stand, and exhale, bow it forward, fold. Crawl back to the top of your mat and pick up the left foot. Glide back, downward facing dog. Come down to your knees. Sit your hips back on your heels. Bring your palms to face up and just feel. Close your eyes and drop into stillness. Notice any movement, what's going on in the thoughts. Sometimes the process of expanding our consciousness involves sifting through habitual thought patterns and seeing what's in there that might be outdated or old or no longer in unity with our current belief system. And allowing those things to let go creates space for something new and that is more in line with where we are now. Take a big exhale and let something go. Let something out of your body. Blink your eyes back open. Ground your palms down and pick your hips up. Lift all the way up and back, downward facing dog. And now at the same time, in the same way, keeping a press down through the palms, bend into both elbows and lower them all the way down to your mat for dolphin pose. Maybe adjust the width of your elbows. They should be about in line with the shoulders, about shoulders distance apart. Press, reground into all 10 fingers and crawl your feet slowly in, one little step at a time, maybe. Stay with the lowest set of ribs pulling together and down. And stay with the sensation that you're experiencing. One more breath here. Good. Lower down to your knees, spread them wide, and sink your hips all the way back to your heels for child's pose. Connect your third eye down to your mat and breathe along the whole length of your spine. Sit all the way back up so that the hips come down to the heels. And we have a couple of options here. We will play maybe with tripod headstand if that is not something that's feeling good, if it's not working for you today, or if it's something that you know just doesn't work for your practice, that is totally fine. If that's the case, go ahead and take a dolphin pose or a downward facing dog or any other sort of inversion where your head is below your heart. You can even hang out in a wide-legged forward fold. Just something to get the crown of your head facing down toward the earth. If you want to try playing with tripod headstand, ground both of your palms down to your mat and then bring the crown of your head all the way down to the mat, a few feet in front of your palms. So you want to still be able to see both of your hands once the top of your head has landed. So you might need to readjust. And the arms here should be like chaturanga arms, shoulder distance apart with a 90-degree bend from elbow to down to wrist. And you can stay right here with the knees grounded. Try to keep the majority of the weight, like 80% of the weight in your palms and maybe 20 or even less in your head. If you'd like to go a little further, you can tuck your toes behind you, press firmly into your palms to pick up your hips. And maybe begin to walk your toes in a little closer. From here, the next option, maybe, no pressure, is to bend into the right knee, pick up the right toes maybe, and bring right knee to right tricep. You can stay with that and try the other side, picking up left toes and bending into the left knee to bring it to the left tricep, keeping the press down through the arms. This does require quite a bit of arm strength. Stay with it. And then maybe you work both knees up to the triceps and hover your toes away from your mat. Squeeze your low belly in and up. Press into your palms and stay for one more breath. Slowly lower the toes down. If they came up, press into your arms all the way until the knees come down. And then release back again to child's pose. Wherever you were, whatever inversion you were in, everyone now come to meet in child's pose. Relax and breathe. Let go of anything that may have just come up with those inversions. And see if you can get softer around the edges. Press into your fingertips to rise you up to tabletop, and then make your way all the way down to lie flat on your belly. Draw your elbows or your hands to grab for opposite elbows, and then release your head to rest on top of your forearms. Let your toes come out to the wide edges of your mat, and just sink and settle right here. And let the low belly be soft. Let everything melt down into your mat from back to front. You can close your eyes here and begin to tune into your inner consciousness, the innate wisdom in your body. And then turn your awareness to your thoughts, the consciousness in your own mind, in your own brain. And then carry it out of the physical limits of your body into the realm of the crown chakra, this more expanded, inclusive consciousness. And take a few breaths to soak all of this in and see if you can integrate all of these pieces together. The color associated with the crown chakra is violet or purple, and you can use that color to help with visualizing if it works for you. Lift your forehead up away from your arms. Draw your feet a little more together and slide your forearms up under your shoulders, or maybe the elbows are a little forward. And from here, bend into the right knee and glide your right knee up so that it's right in line with your hip. Flex through the right toes and just hang out right here. Let this feel really good and open and easy. Relax your low belly. Relax the back of your neck and your face and your jaw, all of these spaces where we hold tension or where tension migrates as we get a little more open, maybe in other parts of the body or the mind. And then release the right toes back down next to the left and lift up the left knee to glide out parallel to the left hip. Flex through left toes and begin to settle here. The search for expanded consciousness often results from a search from a greater meaning, from a larger connection to the world around us. Continue just tuning in to that abstract realm for one more breath here. Lower, release the left leg all the way back down behind you. Come down to melt your heart to your mat. Ground your palms and pick your torso up, coming to hands and knees, and then roll all the way down to lie on your back. Curl yourself into a nice, tight, compressed ball. Pull everything together. Really give yourself a big hug. Inhale. Exhale, drop. Savasana. Let all of your limbs go out long and grow long from the tips of your toes all the way through that floating 1,000-petaled lotus above the crown of your head. As you breathe, you can imagine the petals of this lotus are swaying in the breeze of your breath. Or maybe it unfolds a bit more each time you exhale. Let everything settle into your mat. Let your bones and your muscles get heavier, bringing you back down to grounding. Inhale and send your awareness to the root chakra. Breathe into the hips and the pelvis. Exhale and soften there. Inhale, breathe into the low belly. Exhale and relax. Let all of it go. Unwind. Inhale into the solar plexus from navel to sternum. Breathe there. And exhale, soften. Inhale, take the breath up into your heart and your chest. Expand. And exhale, release, relax. Inhale into the throat. Feel the breath move into that space. Exhale, cleanse. Let it go. Inhale, breathe right into the space between your eyebrows, the third eye. Exhale, soften. Let your whole face and scalp relax. Inhale, breathe into the crown of your head and a little up, a little above. Exhale and soften. Release, relax. And now inhale, breathing all the way from the root, through the midline, channel in your body, and all the way up to the space floating above the crown of your head. Exhale, let it wash back down over you through the midline of your body, all the way down. And now just relax. Let everything go, every bit of engagement. Stay in Savasana as long as you can. And then when you're ready to come out, begin to bring depth back to the breath. Re-energizing and reanimating with new life force. Send breath out to fingertips and toes with shimmering new bright energy. And then reach arms long and back behind you. Stretch out from fingertips to toe tips. And roll into fetal pose for one breath. Relax your head onto your arm and sink into the earth. Imagine that the earth beneath you is plushy and soft, so you can just dig right in. And then use the grounding of your palms to press back up to a seat. Maybe stay with closed eyes or a soft gaze. Get really wide and spacious in your seat. And breathe one more time into that channel of energy. Inhale from the root. Fill up all the way to the top, to the space hovering above the crown of your head. And exhale, let it wash back down through the same channel, all the way back down into the earth. Draw your palms together at your heart center. Take a breath to really breathe again, one more time, into your whole body. Animate everything with new life. Exhale on a sigh to let go and release anything out of your body that you don't need to carry anymore. Lift your heart up and bow your brain in toward your chest. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice today with me, and also for moving on this 7-day journey through the chakras and the end of week 2 of 31 days of yoga for mental health. I hope you're feeling great and I hope you're doing well. Let me know in the comments below how you're feeling. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow for something a bit more chill. Bye.